Ryu, did you know that several Japanese baseball players stood out in Major League Baseball in the United States?
Serious? I thought only Americans played there. What do the Japanese do differently? Do they use katana to hit the ball?
Ha ha ha, no, nothing like that, but they have impressive discipline and focus. Do you know Hideo Nomo, for example? He was one of the first to make his way in the MLB in the 90s. The guy had such a peculiar pitch that he became famous as the Tornado.
Tornado? He threw it and went flying in a whirlwind like Sassy Perry?
Not exactly, but he was very difficult to face, and after him came other big names, like Ichiro Suzuki, who stood out for the Seattle Mariners. He got there by breaking batting records and became a legend. Also on the same team was pitcher Kazuhiro Sasaki, who was nicknamed Daimajin.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yes, they were known for their technique and ability to assimilate the American style of play. Another example is Shohei Ohtani. He is a current phenomenon because he is one of the few players who was both a pitcher and a hitter.
Wow, Ohtani plays on both sides of the field? That's multitasking.
These Japanese players who shine in MLB have in common a combination of talent, hard work, and ability to assimilate. Furthermore, they arrive ready to compete at a very high level.
Seriously, how can they compete with those giant Americans?
We can highlight discipline. Since they were little, Japanese players undergo very intense and detailed training, plus their work ethic is impeccable. Ichiro, for example, trained for hours until he got every detail right. This mentality is essential to succeed in a sport as competitive as baseball in the United States.
But what about adaptation? They must have difficulty with the language and a different game, right?
Adapting is definitely a challenge, but players like Shohei Ohtani can adjust quickly. The MLB style of play is more physical and fast, but these Japanese players arrive prepared. Baseball in Japan may be different, but it prepares their minds to deal with pressure.
I think I understand.
Now speaking of the fans, you knew that the baseball fans in Japan are very different from the fans in other countries, right?
Like, do they twist it upside down or something?
Ha ha ha, not exactly. In Japan, fans are very organized and respectful. They have songs and choreography that they do together, and they always keep the stadiums clean. Furthermore, they highly value respect and harmony. In Japan, baseball games are family events. Many children go to games with their parents.
Ah, so no fights and confusion?
Exactly, very different from hooligans in Europe, who have intense rivalries and fight even outside the stadiums.
And why are they so different from Japanese fans?
In places where fan behavior is associated with violence, vandalism, and aggressive behavior, these specific groups use games as a pretext for conflicts with rival fans. Thus, sports stadiums ended up transforming at some point into a scenario of confrontations that go beyond sport, reflecting economic and social tensions and frustrations, as well as a search for identity affirmation.
Wow, how sad that is.
Yes, but on the other hand, Japanese fans' passion for baseball is a symbol of discipline and respect for sportsmanship and traditions. From schools to the professional league, sport in Japan is seen as an extension of the values of perseverance and collective effort, being a reflection of Japanese society itself. You remember what we already said about the Japanese philosophy of Ganbatte, right?
Yes, Goro. It's about being the result of our effort and not chance, right?
Exactly. For this reason, the Ganbatte can explain a little of this great difference between Japanese fans, and this behavior is not exclusive to baseball fans. Do you remember the last Football World Cup in Brazil? Japanese fans cleaned the stadium after games.
Yes, I remember. And I never clean my room, not even when my mom scolds me.
Ha ha ha, this made news all over the world. It is a reflection of the Japanese culture of care for public space. They showed the world that respect and responsibility go beyond the field, leaving stadiums as clean as their traditions.
Wow, I think I still have a lot to learn.
Ha ha ha, take your time, Ryu.